Hi, Aries. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is the message that the collective needs to hear at this time. I've set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if you are here because this popped up in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. This could be for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, any placement really that you have in Aries. So be sure and give me a like, hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you like the messages, definitely subscribe to my channel. All of that really helps to grow. But it also pushes the messages out so that others can get the guidance that they need as well. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, we had the Hermit card. And the Hermit is about being in solitude, right? And kind of pulling your energy back, doing some deep meditation, looking like for soul purpose, or really just trying to search for answers, right? And this is like that going within and, again, meditation, manifesting, really kind of trying to find some answers to something. You could be going through like a dark night of the soul or some kind of spiritual awakening, or really just searching for the meaning in something here. So the situation is the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is about taking action, right? The swords are about, it's air energy, it's about our thoughts, and this is like rushing in and really facing something head on, right? So like very fast communications. It's like one of the fastest moving knights in the deck. So he really just charges forward. He has his sword up and that horse is charging forward into battle, right? He pushes through all obstacles and really moves things forward with like that gusto, right? Like he's ready for battle. But the negative side of this is can be like too pushy or too aggressive, right? Like trying to force things to happen. And it doesn't even have to be like a person or situation. It could just be like, instance, you start a business and you're like really push, right? Like trying to sell, trying to like really put it out there, which is a good thing, but it's also about kind of resisting that going with the flow type of energy, right? That the universe always has us in. The blockage is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is things starting to turn in your favor. This is karma, good luck, but it's also the divine timing card, right? Because our lives go in these cycles. And each cycle is a new opportunity to take lessons from a previous cycle and do it differently, right? Or move into a new energy or a new way of being. So I feel like maybe you're trying to force something and really push it forward, but you're needing to realize that it's not the right timing, right? Like things have to be done in a certain time frame, and really trying to force the energy is going to cause like delays and it's going to cause that friction, right? I feel like this is a time where you really need to pull back and search for answers, do that meditation and really kind of go within, because you're forcing the energy, right? You're trying to control the outcome here. And I feel like that's what it's causing some resistance, right? Because with energy, it's when you push, it's going to push back, right? Like that's just a thing with the energy, right? So the root cause of this is the Magician, like action, right? Wanting manifestations, really wanting to create your reality here and wanting things to come together. The Magician is the master manifester. He creates his reality, right? He has all of the elements that he needs: air, earth, fire, and water. He's got that wand up to the sky. He's got the sword, the cup, and the pentacles here, right? So he has everything that he needs to create his reality. And maybe this is about you really needing to control your thoughts and really focus on what it is that you want to manifest. Again, with that soul searching, what is the reality that you want to create for yourself? And try not to force or push anything, right? This is about like manifesting. Yes, when you manifest, you still need to take action, but you don't want to try to force that outcome, right? So when you manifest, you just say, this is what I want. And then you take the steps that you can control and let the rest come together behind the scenes, right? Because that's what spirit does for us. They really kind of bring everything together behind the scenes. And I feel like everything is working behind the scenes. You just can't see it yet. So in the recent past, what you're leaving behind that is affecting this, we have the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is like wealth, it's legacy, it's inheritance, right? But this is also like that generational legacy, like family, like over time, right? So this could be like generational traditions or beliefs that you're needing to leave behind. Maybe, excuse me, in your family, you've always believed that you have to like really go out there and take action and go after things, right? And you have to push until there's a breakthrough, right? And I feel like spirit's telling you that you need to, not focus on that. And you really need to kind of, again, pull back your energy. This is like a generational thing, something that was instilled in you in childhood, right? And I feel like it was a lot of us in childhood. Like you have to force things or you have to really work really, really hard. And it's not that you don't have to work, but forcing things is not going to bring them to fruition. So the advice from your guides or your higher self here is the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups is about loss, disappointment, right? And maybe that's what this is about. Like there have been past disappointments and now you're really needing to focus on what, again, you want your reality to be. What do you want to create? Maybe in the past, you've always gone by what your family wanted, or, traditionally everybody's worked a 9 to 5 at the same company for 30 years until they retired. And now, that's not what you want. But this is about like not focusing on these past disappointments, on this loss, and realizing that there are still 2 cups here that lead to this bridge in this castle, right? There are good things that are still to come. Try not to focus so much on the negative or what is lost here in this situation. So in the immediate future, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming in here for you. This could just be you embodying this energy, right? So she is very grounded, very stable. Again, Earth energy. So really grounded and rooted. She's very nurturing, but she also is very much into her spirituality. And I feel like with the Hermit here, I feel like this is you pulling back and going within and deepening your spiritual practice, maybe opening up to some kind of new gift, or, really just focusing more on spiritual, maybe nature. She is that Earth energy. So again, maybe with some meditation or journaling, whatever it is that you practice, right? Whatever your spiritual practice is, I just feel like you're deepening that and really connecting more. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is about growth and patience, right? So he's planted this seed and now he's waiting for everything to come to fruition. And again, in the meantime, he is tending to the soil. He is pruning the bushes, right? And he's picking out all the weeds and watering the plant. Like he's doing all these actions, controlling what he can, controlling the environment in order to help things grow. That is very much what the Magician is doing, is creating your reality. And you've been very patient. With the 7 of Pentacles, it can also be about looking at things and wondering if you will ever enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Is this worth pouring all this energy into? Is this worth your time? Is this worth, planting the seed and putting all of this effort into? And again, this could be a job. This could be a relationship. This could be your spirituality, whatever it is. I feel like it's just you're trying to force things to happen, and you're needing to really, because, with the Queen of Pentacles as well, these are slow moving energies, right? This isn't happening overnight. And I feel like maybe that has you kind of questioning it because it's not happening overnight. I feel like this is about really slowing down and focusing your energy within, right? And really kind of trying that connection with spirit and with your guides and with nature even. So in the environment, the influence here is the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles is about putting in that hard work, right? Like honing in on your skills, really focusing on your work. And this is, again, your hard work paying off here. So I feel like you really have been putting in a lot of work. Maybe you've been in hermit mode for a while, right? But he is focused on this one pumpkin So he has all of his attention on this one thing, like really trying to improve his skill set. So again, maybe you're doing shadow work. Maybe you're really focused on your spiritual practice. And in the immediate future here, that's going to deepen that connection with the divine, right? So in your hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is anxiety, worry, depression. This is like staying up late at night and you can't sleep type of energy. I call it hamster wheel thinking, right? Like you're replaying situations, you're replaying conversations. What if I did this? What if they do this, right? Like it's not serving your highest good. This will keep you in like that loop, right? So again, it's about forcing. And I feel like I'm surprised we don't have the hangman here. I feel like this is like needing to release some kind of control or not forcing the energy, right? But that could be what you're hoping for, is to kind of come out of this Nine of Swords energy. You could also be fearing the worst, right? Again, if you're going against family beliefs or traditions that, have always served your family, and now you're kind of breaking with tradition. Maybe this has been some kind of loss in your family, right? Maybe people aren't supporting you like you want to be supported, right? And that kind of has you fearing the worst because now you've lost family, friends, whatever it is. But, again, it is a mindset. So really focus on slowing things down and try to control your thoughts. The potential outcome here is the Six of Swords. So I love this energy. Again, swords are air, so that's our thoughts. So this is moving to peace and calm, right? Because the water is very choppy here, but it's very smooth here. And this card is literally a depiction of moving to calmer waters. So I feel like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, things are moving to more calm and more peace. You could actually physically be moving as well, because this is my card for moving. But if that doesn't apply to you, I feel like it's just mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are moving to more peace, more calm, and accepting the lesson for what it is, right? Like not trying to force things and not trying to push things too much. Like control things where you can, yes. Again, like the Seven of Pentacles, right? Tend to the soil, pull the weeds, water the plants, and prune the bushes, right? Do what you can in order to create your reality, but the rest is going to have to come with that connection to spirit, right? And deepening your practice and really manifesting, right? Tell the universe what you want and then put in the steps that you can, but try not to force it. And I know that's very difficult to do. Believe me, I've been there myself, but I just feel like this is really needing to trust in the divine timing. For example, right? Like if you're wanting a certain job or a relationship, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest and call in for yourself, I remember wanting this job at a specific company because everybody thought that company was so amazing. And I manifested that for 2 years. And behind the scenes, people were moving to new positions, right? One person moved completely out, another person retired. So in that time frame, things were moving, but I couldn't see that because I wasn't at the company, right? So I didn't know what was happening, and it was very frustrating. And I kept pushing the energy, pushing the energy, pushing the energy. And it finally did come through, but it was unnecessary energy that I was wasting on trying to force it when I just needed to manifest and then do what I could do to improve my resume or, continue to apply to the position or, follow up after interviews. Those kinds of things I could control. I could not control whether or not I was going to get that job or who moved out of the position for me to get it, right? So those are the kind of things I'm talking about. Just everything happens in divine timing for a reason. And, that job turned out to be absolutely horrible. I was there for 5.5 years. It was the most toxic work environment I've ever been in my life. So, the grass isn't always greener. All that glitters is not gold, just because it's $1 billion company. It didn't turn out to be all that great, but lesson learned, right? And now I'm transitioning into something else. It's just really pull your energy back and try to slow things down and connect with nature, connect with the divine, deepen your practice, right? And let things come together for you, because I really feel like, everything is happening. It's just not in your timing. And I feel like you're going to kind of see that and start to understand things are going to kind of calm down here for you. So I hope that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.